does Yveltal really bring to the table? Why even use this thing? Dark Flying, that's a lot of weaknesses. You got Fairy, you got Rock, Ice, Electric. Those are all pretty popular types too. Things like Regieleki, for example, really give this Pokemon a hard time. Now this means Yveltal can technically be checked by things that aren't restricted mons, which is never a situation you want to be in. So if we take a look at Yveltal right here, the main reason to use Yveltal, in my opinion, is the ability Dark Aura. It powers up each Pokemon's Dark type moves. I think it's a 1.2 or 1.3 boost. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know it used to be a 1.3 boost. They might have nerfed it a little bit to be a 1.2, similar to Fairy Aura. But Yveltal is super cool. It's very bulky. It has a 130 base attack and special attack, so it can be a physical attacker, it can be a special attacker, it can be a mixed attacker. It gets a wide variety of multiple offensive options, and it gets the ability to like roost and play recover games, but it also gets like things like Tailwind, which I think is going to be the way that Yveltal has to be played in this format. I think it's going to be a great Tailwind mon. When you're building teams, I was talking about in my tier list the other day, you pick your restricted, you pick your Prankster Tailwind setter, and then you pick like your Regieleki or your additional speed control mon, and then you're good to go. Yveltal is a little bit different, where Yveltal can actually be the Tailwind setter if you surround it with correct fake out / like support Pokemon. And the good thing about Yveltal is, if I'm using, let's say if I'm using a Tornadus and my opponent's using a Whimsicott and I want to use Tailwind, they can taunt me with their Prankster Tailwind. Prankster taunts can't taunt Dark type Yveltal, so you can trade Tailwinds with them, and the fact that you're a bulky Yveltal has a great matchup against all three of the big Prankster Tailwind setters, being, Whimsicott, Xerneas, and we're going to put Talonflame in that group, just because Gale Wings is still pretty good. So, the fact that Yveltal is a Dark type means, and it's a restricted, means it has the bulk, it has the correct typing to be a better Tailwind setter for the long game, which is going to be something that not a lot of Pokemon can really do. The only other Pokemon that can even kind of do that is something like a Latios or a Latias getting Tailwind, but then those aren't the Dark types, you can taunt those. So that's one of the reasons why I think Yveltal is actually a lot better than people give it credit for, but that's just my opinion. If you guys have other ways you want to play Yveltal, you can always let me know. But Yveltal getting Tailwind is like really, really good. Yeah, Yveltal gets Tailwind. So Yveltal, like I said, Dark Aura really good. Dark Aura powers up not only its moves, but all Pokemon on the board's Dark attacks. So that means we can surround Yveltal with other amazing Dark type Pokemon that are actually really, really good in this format. And it's going to be so good at like walling your opponent's like Prankster mon. So if they want to use like Thunderuses and go for those Prankster Thunder Waves, Eerie Impulses, things like that, they're not going to be able to do any of that stuff. It's super, super good. So what do you want to surround Yveltal with? Like I said, it has big weaknesses to Rock, its weaknesses to Ice. I would say the biggest weakness that is a problem, it's not Fairy, it's Electric. So I would say that the Electric weakness is something we definitely have to cover up for. So what's a Pokemon that you guys think we can add to this team to cover up for Yveltal's weaknesses while being an offensive threat? I know everyone before I'm even finished saying this is going to say, Raichu, it has Lightning Rod, Raichu, Lightning Rod, Fake Out, Raichu, Lightning Rod. It's not. Clover Bell's on top of it. It's Landorus. Landorus is super good, and I'm actually still gonna go with the Intimidate Landorus. And the reason you want to use an Intimidate Landorus, right, is I think Landorus, for example, on this team, just brings so much to the table, and that you can use Earthquake with Landorus if you actually have both of them on the board at the same time. So it's a great board potential to make them like respect a Scarf Landorus. Like if I were to lead Yveltal Landorus, and my Landorus wasn't Scarfed, I let Zacian, they could just one-shot me with a Play Rough. But, I can dumpster that Zacian with my Landorus first, and then we'll be in a good spot. So yeah, the reason why you don't want to use a Rhyperior with Lightning Rod, or a Raichu, or an Alolan Marowak or something, is because those, yes, they stop things like Volt Switch and Thunderbolt and Thunder Cage, but they don't stop Electro Web, which is always going to hit Yveltal. Just because you have Lightning Rod and you can suck in single target moves, doesn't mean you can suck in those AoE moves. So Electro Web's not going to be as... Electro Web's kind of busted. It stops our speed control. It still hits us super hard from those like Magnet, Transistor, Stab, Regielekis. Like it's still like a 2-shot on most Yveltal sets. So you don't really, you can't really use just a Lightning Rod mon to get around it. I mean, I still think Lightning Rod mons are great, but I do think that something like a Landorus, like if your Yveltal is super pinned, just hard switch out the Yveltal for the Landorus. Yes, these two do stack Ice weaknesses, but it's up to us to add no more Ice weaknesses to the team, and then from there add Pokemon which are great at dealing with the Pokemon that use Ice type attacks. Now note that I said dealing with the Pokemon that have Ice type attacks. I didn't say dealing with Ice types, because Ice types, they're not that common. You got the Ice Rider, you got the Ice Horse, and you got like a Alolan Ninetales. Those are the only real Ice types. and we're going to be able to deal with those just fine. But it's dealing with the Pokemon that have ice-type attacks, so dealing with things like Tapu Finis that are packing Ice Beam, dealing with Kyogres that are carrying Ice Beam, and things like that. Remember, guys, always check the Pokemon that's using the attacks, not the type of attack being used, because a lot of Pokemon use different types of attacks, and they don't really have to rely on being that, sometimes bad typing like an ice type. So yeah, these two go great together. I think these two are going pretty good together. Give me just one sec, because I have a list. I have a general idea of how I want this team to look, but I haven't done any of the EVs. I haven't done any of the other weird building stuff with it. I kind of just picked 6 Pokemon, and I have an idea for it, but I haven't done any of the EVs, so we'll do that in just a minute. The next Pokemon I want to add, I usually think, I got my Tailwind setter. I have my Intimidator / defensive switch-in / other offensive option in Landorus. I also think, I just want to move on. Landorus, one really cool thing about Landorus is it gets Brutal Swing. And so if I were to have my Yveltal in the back and I have my Scarf Landorus with Brutal Swing and they leave a Shadow Rider, that will not KO a Shadow Rider. It's going to leave it at like 5%. Even on a little bit bulkier sets, it's going to leave like 5 to 10%. If I switch into my Yveltal and give it the Dark Aura boost, we're going to be able to make it so we can one-shot Shadow Riders with the Brutal Swing through like redirection and stuff. It's super, super cool. But let's see. We don't really need Rillaboom. See, Rillaboom is another ice weakness. Like, you can't add another ice weakness to this. You can't add like another ice type weakness. So it's like you can't do that. I don't like the other Lando here because I feel like you're already rocking like a Flying Mon. Like, capitalize with that and use the Landorus that actually like has that AoE potential, because like this board's super good. The next Pokemon I want to add, I actually think is probably, a lot of you guys are probably going to agree like this Pokemon's super good here, but I think it's actually Comfey. I think Comfey just brings a ton to the table in this exact situation, and it makes them respect our potential of being weakness policy of Yveltal, which we might be weakness policy of Yveltal. Like, we totally could be. But I think the ability to have Comfey to set Trick Room if we need it, or go for like those foil healings to help us play the late game if possible, to make it so we have the Yveltal on the board long enough to re-Tailwind. That's super, super important. I think Comfey is also pretty good at dealing with a lot of the things that this team can technically struggle with. So I think just having a Comfey to foil healing not only your Yveltal, but any Pokemon in your team is super slept on in this format. You can re-top off a Pokemon like an Incineroar and just give it a whole new lease on life. You can re-top off a thing that has like a Sash or something. You re-top off your Yveltal. So I really do think that Comfey is actually still really good here. And you know what? We might go weakness policy. I haven't really decided yet, but I don't see a reason why you wouldn't want to. This is a Berry. Don't look at the items. Don't look at the moves. Right now we're just picking Mons. And we're talking about what they actually add to the team. So I think Comfey is great. It also adds, like I said, ability for redirection with Ally Switch, potential for Trick Room. Just really, really good stuff. The next Pokemon, though, I think this is a staple. I think most teams in this format, since it's so early in the format, technically like have to have one of these right now. And that's going to be a Regieleki. I think you have to have one of these on your team right now. It is so good, right? Regieleki is so good. Remember when I talked to my team or my tier list, I said you need your restricted, you need your Tailwind setter, you need your redirector, and then you need your additional speed control, like supplementary speed control. It's like an Icy Wind user / Electro Web user, and that's what Regieleki is. It's super fast, and it can, like, if I were to Regieleki Electro Web like a Zacian, I could make it so my Yveltal, like, there might be a calc that we can find in here. Maybe I want to run like a Black Glasses Yveltal, who knows? I might be able to find a calc that goes like Regieleki with Magnet, Electro Web versus Zacian. Zacian becomes slower than Yveltal Foul Play. Even though it's not very effective against Zacian, the fact that Zacian has a +1, we might be able to find a calc with a specific Yveltal item where we can one-shot a Zacian, where they would normally think they're totally fine, right? So I think Regieleki just provides so much additional speed control to the team. It's very, very good. I don't know if we're going to use a Magnet, but I want to run some calcs with that, and I think there's definitely potential there for Regieleki enabling the rest of this team to do very, very well. You should do 2v2 plus speed Timid Choice Scarf. There's absolutely no reason to do that. There's absolutely no reason to like ever do that. First of all, the only Pokemon that's even close to Regielecki's speed tier is Regieleki, right? So if you're really worried about speed ties with Regieleki, he's like, maybe. But other than that, the closest thing that's ever going to catch you is a Pheromosa at 151. You have 49 base speed more than a Pheromosa. So never do that. I'm done. I'm done with people thinking, like, clicking their 252 spreads. It's so lazy. It's so lazy. Don't just click the 252 button. Don't do it. It's bad. I promise you. You're wasting so many points. The only situation where you have to is if you're afraid of speed ties, especially if it's something that has a bad matchup against itself, like something like an Urshifu, you still 252, right? Because Urshifu can close combat itself and you don't want to get close combat. So it's like, you don't want to do it. It's like terrible. It's to counter Ardent Agility Sceptile. That doesn't counter shit. You can't do anything to a Sceptile. Well, bro, you have a Landorus and a Yveltal. Sceptile's countered. You know? Anyways. That's a Lecky. It's a really good Pokemon. Next Pokemon, though. I'm sure you guys saw this one coming a mile away. It's going to be Urshifu. I think Urshifu's so good. Add Urshifu, and it's going to be Urshifu Dark. Adding an Urshifu Dark to the team, remember, the Dark Aura from Yveltal enables the Wicked Blow to do even more damage. So I can have a board that's like Landorus, intimidate the opponent, or like maybe like Regieleki, get my speed control, I can Volt Switch out, bring in my Yveltal, and make it so my Wicked Blow is technically like functioning at like a Choice Band level Wicked Blow. And it hits super, super hard. Like, I would not even mind, like, Wicked Blowing a Zacian in the face, because it would just do so much damage. I love Dark Urshifu here. I think these Dark types are super, super good. And you know what? One good Dark type deserves another. And let's find it. Where did it go? I'm going to use an Incineroar here. I'm not a big fan of Incineroar here, and I don't know if we'll use a lot of Incineroar, but Incineroar is a great Zacian check, and it gives us a Fake Out user, so our opponent has to respect our options. So a Fake Out user, another Dark type. Incineroar adds a little bit, adds a second Intimidator, so we can be a lot bulkier. We can put a lot more points on a lot of these Pokemon and special defense, since we have 2 Intimidators to balance it out. The Incineroar, the Landorus, the Yveltal, those are all great targets for, Comfey's Foil Healing as well. So I really, really like this team. What's this team's Xerneas matchup? Xerneas can't really do anything if we set Tailwind, right? So if we set Tailwind, we trade Tailwind to their Geo, right? Landorus is great versus Xerneas. Regieleki is great versus Xerneas. Incineroar, by the way, just absolutely ends Xerneas. What's your answer for Xern? Like, you just roar it. You just get rid of it, you know? I don't think Xerneas is a big problem. I also think that, like, if I were using Yveltal Comfey, right, and I were to go, like, turn 1 policy proc Oblivion Wing the Xern and hit it for, like, 70% of its health before it can Geo, and then, like, next turn just go, like, I mean, I could Trick Room it. I could do so many things. I can bring in a Fake Out user. Yeah, I don't think Xerneas is that big of a deal because it has to set up. And so when they're setting up, we're setting up, right? Xerneas doesn't like to deal with the Lecky either. So it's like, if I wanted to sash my Lecky, I could always get guaranteed 2 Electro Webs off, which would make it, you know, the same speed tier as normal. And the fact that we're using a lot of physical attackers, like, believe it or not, these Dark Aura, like, moves do a lot to Xerneas. Like, Dark Aura boosted, like, Wicked Blows do a lot. I might even want to use a Poison Jab Urshifu. I have to run some calcs. But, yeah, I wanted to use Dustmane. I couldn't get a team ready in time. And so we're building this team from scratch. But I do think that, like, Xerneas, it might be a problem. But, like, it's not a problem that I don't think, like, Landorus and Yveltal could take out. Or Yveltal Comfey or, like, Regieleki could deal with. What do you against Kyogre? Does Lecky full counter it? So I don't think you guys, like, understand what... like, everyone's saying, like, what are you doing against this? What are you doing against this? What are you doing against this? Bro, we haven't done any calcs yet. Like, how are we supposed to know? That's like saying... what's in the box? But it's like, we don't even have a box yet, you know? Like, we literally have decided that these are the corners of our box. The box is not put together yet. We haven't picked our moves. We haven't picked anything, you know? I think good players can deal with anything, right? Incineroar counters all. There you go. That's the answer. Fake Out the Torment and Sin. Pressure with the Lecky. Snarl. I don't know if I even want Snarl. I don't think I need Snarl on Yveltal. I think Snarl is too slow because I'm not using Vested. I think Vested Yveltal is terrible. Would this team benefit from swapping something for a bulky mon like Suicune? Suicune would be ass here, right? Because Suicune and Yveltal do the exact same thing. They're bulky Tailwind setters that are weak against Electric. So Suicune would be absolutely terrible here. Suicune here would just be adding a Grass weakness, which would enable our opponent's Rillabooms to actually just have like an in, whereas normally Rillaboom would never want to come versus things like Landorus, Yveltal, and Incin. Scarflando is so uncommon. Xerneas users, Zacian won't be expecting it. I actually think Scarflando is like very, very good in this format. Especially against like the big 3 of like G4 Sep, like Zacian, Kyogre, Xerneas. Like if I hit your Ogre with my Scarflando on turn 1, like I'll lose the Lando, but the fact that your Ogre's at like, what is it, freaking, well, by the way, Lando's outspeeds Ogre by 1 point. If you're at like half, you'll never win. You'll never be able to spout correctly. You won't be able to KO the Yveltal. Comfey can come in, just policy proc, foil healing all day. Saying Vested Yveltal is bad, definitely a Strom in a teacup. Vested Yveltal is bad right now. I made a tier list yesterday talking about where every single Pokemon, in my opinion, falls in the tier list. And right now, like Yveltal in general is a Pokemon that is like an anti-meta Pokemon. So it's used to counter existing metas. And right now, the meta that exists is so reliant on Fake Out that like Vested Yveltal saying like, counter me more, daddy. You know, it's like really, really bad. Like Yveltal is a cool mon, but like Vested Yveltal was really good in Series 8 because it could Dynamax to not get Fake Out. Right now, it's just like, Fake Out, Behemoth Blade me harder, or force me to switch, but you can only do that once or twice, you know? Yeah, I think that like Sash is going to be a good Lecky item in this team. I actually think I'm going to go a faster Lecky with Sash to get the most value out of it. I think that Urshifu, I might even want to Black Glasses it. I'm not even kidding. I might want to Black Glasses it. I want to do some calcs off the Wicked Blow with Dark Aura with Black Glasses and see if I can just like one-shot everything. I think that'd be super cool. Like, I wonder how much like a Black Glasses Sucker Punch boosted by Dark Aura does. Maybe even a Choice Band. Like, how cool would that be if it could like one-shot an Ogre? Right? That'd be so sick. This is going to be on YouTube. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube in tomorrow. Probably tomorrow or the next day. So here's our team in a team builder. We're using a Raichu in place of Regieleki because Regieleki wasn't in this team builder. But you can see we're not stacking any like 3 weaknesses in any type. And a lot of the types we have, like our 2 times weakness to fighting, we have 2 total resists for fighting. 2 times weaknesses to ground, we have 2 resistances for ground / nullifications. And for the most part, other than fairy, like we don't have any decent fairy switch-ins. But remember, like most fairies, other than Zashi and Playrough, are all special. And so since we have afforded 2 Intimidators in our team, we can go a lot of our bulk on this team in Special D. So that means Fairy's not that bad. A Rock weakness, Rock's a physical attack. We have 2 Intimidators, we should be fine. And so knowing these things, it gives us better insight into where we can put our EVs. It just gives us a tunnel into knowing where we want to put points. People always ask me, like, how do you know where to put your EVs? How do you know what you should be doing? Rock's a physical. We need Intimidators. Like, we can intimidate that. It's very obvious once you look at it, something like this. So let's take a look at the actual team itself. Like I said, I don't really know how I want to build it yet. I do know for a fact when I'm building, I don't add items, I don't add EVs. I add movesets first, and I don't even have to fill out all the movesets. Like, I know for a fact that I want this Yveltal to probably have Protect, because I talked about not using a Vest set, and I want to have Tailwind. I want Yveltal to be a Tailwind setter in this team and take the place of something like a Tornadus or a Whimsicott. So, see, Black Glasses, Dark Aura, 2/2 Ogre. Oko's High Roll. I don't think I'm going to be calcing against, like, I don't need to Oko the Ogre, I just need to get it below 20% so it can't spout me. But anyways, I know I want those moves, and I'm just going to leave it, because I can still put Foul Play, I could put Snarl, I could put Oblivion Wing, I could put Heat Wave. There's so many cool moves I could have that I don't necessarily need. So after Comfey, I know that we're going to want Foil Healing, so we're going to put Foil Healing here. And I should probably put Protect, but I don't know if I want it yet, but we know we're going to put Foil Healing, and after that, that's basically it. Lando, we're probably rocking the Scarf set, so we're going to add a Choice Scarf there, since we know we're probably using the Choice Scarf set. Not the Choice Band. Choice Band Lando Lamau. That could be kind of cool. All right, Choice. And then we're probably just going to go Rock Slide, because this is our check for Ho-Oh. We're going to add U-Turn so we can pivot with our Intimidates. And I think the really cool move that we're adding here is Brutal Swing. And so one really cool thing, I want to go run this into a calc. Like, watch this. So we add, like, Landorus. Let me just move these over. This is such a cool calc. All right, sorry, I was just checking some. So we go like 252. I think we need to be like a Jolly Lando. So let's go Brutal Swing. All right, and we add Shadow Rider. Hopefully everything looks and sounds all right. All right, so there's a Shadow right there. You can see Brutal Swing does a lot, but then that's in single target. Make it doubles, it doesn't do as much. Doesn't do as much. I just want to see. Is that a sub? Did we get a sub? Yo, thank you. Oh my gosh, that's more than 1 sub. That's 10 subs. Yo, we got 10 subs. Holy moly. Yo, we gotta put some subs up for that. We got 10 subs. We got Cab5636 gifting 10 subs to the community. Holy moly, guys, put some subs up. Put some subs all the way up for that one. That is crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Give me a sec here to move this. That's so cool. I put it too far. There we go. Holy moly! The big subs! If you guys got gifted a sub, be sure to say thank you. Thank you, my friend. Cab, what's your favorite Pokemon? What is your favorite Pokemon? Let me know your favorite Pokemon. I'd like to use it for you since you gifted so many subs. That's so kind. That's so kind. We'll get back into it in just a sec. Thank you so much. That's really, really cool. That's a lot of subs. I'm gonna finish doing this this calc here. Yeah, we need to be jolly to outspeed. So we need to be jolly. We don't have to go 252 slot. Why not choice ban Lando and scarf Urshifu instead of the reverse? Because Landorus is there to check Zacian, right? Because like I don't want to scarf my Urshifu. Because Urshifu's not there to check Zacian. Like, Lando's here to outspeed Shadow Rider as well. So, like, right now we're doing a calc to outspeed Shadow Rider. We're probably going to rock, like, 220. Yeah, so, like, 196 probably. So, that outspeeds Shadow Rider. We'll go a little bit more, probably 204 to outspeed Pheromosa, just in case they want to be, like, Ice Beam or Icy Wind or Tribox Pheromosa. So, that'll be our Lando speed stat. And, basically... So you can see it doesn't KO there. Unfort, never lucky. But when we add the Dark Aura, where is it? Where's the Dark Aura button? I can never find it. I always lose my auras. You know what? I know what to do. Ability, Dark Aura. Ha! Brutal Swing. One shots. One shots. So that's such a cool calc. How do you host series centerms? You make them inside the tournament section. Yeah, but super cool calc. So like I said, the Landorus is going to be 252, 204 plus nature minus. And we get 52 points in HP, which like normally wouldn't have. So again, don't click that 252 button so commonly, because like we were afforded a lot more points than we actually needed. We could also talk about putting like max investment in that to keep outspeeding ogres, but I don't think it's like that important. Why not max speed? Again, you don't need it. I talked about how Shadow Rider can only get this fast, right? So Shadow Rider can only get to 222. So most things that are outspeeding Shadow Rider are going to go to 223, maybe 224. Pheromosa is 223, so we're outspeeding the things that speed creep Pheromosa and Shadow Rider by a couple points on top of that. So that's why we just want to outspeed those things. Ran into a bunch of Dark Resist berries on Shadow Rider. How much does a Dark Reduce berry cut? It's not even worth it. It's still a 2-shot, right? We're still fine. That's funny, though. I have Reuniclus. Yo, I'll use Reuniclus. Reuniclus is really good. Happy to help this community. My friends aren't super into Pokemon, so this channel on YouTube brings me joy each morning. Yo, I will use Reuniclus. Here, like... What is it? I can't use it today. Reuniclus was on my very first VGC team I ever made. Reuniclus is a great Pokemon. Very, very underrated. Gets a bunch of cool tech. But yeah, we use Reuniclus for sure. Anyways, how much does the Intimidate? It does, the Brutal Swing. Intimidate. Might be a 2-shot. It might be a 2-shot. That'd be really cool if it was, right? So like a standard Intimidate, set to 50. Yeah, it's a 2-shot with a Brutal Swing on a 2-2 HP set. So, yeah, that's nice. Over 58%, that's sick. One of the first shinies I ever bred. The Intimidate, or what are we talking about? Reuniclus. Reuniclus is cool. Alright, so, yeah, that's basically what we want to do on Lando. As for Lecky, we know we probably want Protect. We know we want Protect again. Thank you so much for those subs. We want Electroweb. I'm a big fan of Volt Switch here, because we have 2 Intimidators with Intimidate, so being able to pivot there is very, very smart. We can Volt Switch out to come in with either our Landorus or our Lecky and avoid ground type attacks. And then I just like Thunderbolt here. I think Thunderbolt's fine. So we'll mess with our EVs and our item as we get to it. Again with Urshifu. Let's start doing some Urshifu calcs. Urshifu calcs. Let's go. Urshifu. Alright, so we're going to be Adamant. And we're going to put Wicked Blow here. And Sucker Punch. I want to see like how much... And we're going to change it to Dark Aura. Dark Aura. How much does this do to Kyogre? Set it to 50 in a sec. So, like... I feel like that should be doing more even with, like, no points. Wicked Blow has a roll to be a 1-shot. That's sick. That's against a special ogre. Like a sweeper ogre. Like a 252 HP, 252 special attack. Which, like, they would also outspeed us, but... Huh. I thought that would do more. Let's put a choice band on it. Bro, that's so sick. Bro, that guarantee Oko's a bulky ogre. I'm kind of sold on that. Adamant choice ban. That's kind of savage. 69% nice. Like this is how it's gonna work. If I were to sucker punch it for like 70-ish%, its spout would just be so weak that I could just do it again. It'd have to switch, right? Or and then like the Torn would have to go like, let's check Torn now. If I can like one-shot the Torn as well, or at least Cox Torn Sash, that'd be super savage too. Yeah, you just one-shot like a Sweeper Torn with Sucker Punch with a Dark Aura. Yeah, I'm down. I'll Choice Band it. Alright, so because we're going to Choice Band it, that means we actually don't need a lot of speed. We don't need a lot of speed. We just need our speed to actually function to where we can outspeed a Lecky at +2. Maybe not even a Lecky. Like, that outspeeds Shadow Rider already, but Lecky's 277. So, like I said, like, you plug this in. Like, a Lecky would be like a 200 over here. And so the fastest a Lecky can get is 277. So we want to be able to outspeed that. It's probably like 156. Oh, I was so close. So 172. So that's all the points you need there. So we can go like 172, 252 Adamant, and then we get the luxury of going like 84 points. It's like those are 84 points we wouldn't normally have. Like if we're not going to be Jolly, there's no reason to go full investment there. And so let's just go back to like an Urshifu versus Urshifu. See if we want to put those in defense instead to make it so we don't die to a close combat in like a 1v1 situation. So 252, close combat. So you can see that kills us even if we put our points in here. We had 84. They still get the KO. Let's see if we put those 84 points in defense if it would do anything else. Yeah, we still die. So I'm just going to put him in HP. I think HP is fine. Nothing wrong with that. So I dig that. That totally works. And then, bam. So great tech. I think that's cool. Incineroar. We should probably go Citrus. I kind of want to go Vest. Because but I should be pivoting more correctly with this team. So Citrus is probably the play. Citrus, Intimidate. Probably just fake out Parting Shot. I'm going to have Lariat for sure. I don't know if I want Parting Shot or Roar. Let's see. Do I even care about Xern that much? I already got the event Torkoal. Why not make Urshifu faster than Modest Ogre? Because I have forms of aggressive speed control. I don't really need it. Because, like, alright, you say, like, why not make Urshifu faster than Ogre? We already did the calc that shows that Urshifu does, like, it can one-shot a Sweeper Ogre. If the Ogre is fast enough to outspeed our Urshifu, we one-shot with Sucker Punch. That's why. So we are faster. You think Roar? I don't think we need to respect Xern that much. I think Parting Shot's just fine. I think if I go Fake Out / like, Parting Shot into the Xern, come in with, like, something like a Lecky, soak the damage of Electro Web, let it die, bring out the Xern, Parting Shot again, I should just be able to wall it out. Yeah. Darkest Lariat and Flare Blitz. And I'm actually just going to take an Incin set that I already have made. Not that one, because there's no Incin there. Where's that Incin set? Maybe it's down here? Dope. This is an Incin set that's made to beat Zacian, so you need this much attack investment to actually like one-shot Zacian with Flare Blitz. So I like this set a lot. It also still has the Lariat packed in, so it's a really good set. Maybe if the HP EVs prove not to be useful, you can put them in speed. So I already talked about, like, so this speed tier, right, at 172, and this speed tier are exactly the same. You're outspeeding the exact same Pokemon being 172 as you are 252, because we're not Jolly, right? There's not, like, any Pokemon that we're now slower than that we wouldn't have been faster than before. So, like, this outspeeds just as many Pokemon as this one, because we're not Jolly, right? A timid Ogre would be able to outspeed us anyways, so there's no point, right? We'd have to be Jolly, and I don't want to be Jolly. I want to be Adamant. That's not how that number works. Does that make any sense? Do you guys get that? Would Urshifu be able to perform just as well with black glasses? I want to use the Choice Band. I think that's cool. I think Choice Band's cool. I actually want to do one more calc. Do we still have Urshifu up? Yo, Poison Jab. Let's calc this first turn. I just want to see it. Can I just one-shot your Xerm with a poison jab? Bro, that's so much damage! That's so cool. Obviously, Xern's probably going to have, like, a lot of bulk, but that's still a lot. I don't even know if I... Feeney's problematic. That was probably level 100 Xern, too. Was it? Was it level 50? That's a lot versus Feeney. Let's go back to the Xern. Yeah, I set it to 50. Do I even want the poison jab? Let's actually think about that. Like, what other moves do you get? Obviously, we have close combat here. Everyone would go poison jab here, but I think there might be a better option. Ice punch, maybe? No, don't need it for Lando. U-turn. That works. Yeah, I like U-turn here. Choice band U-turn, like calc that versus like Gorilla if they switch in. So if I read them switching, as long as he's doing over 40%, we're good. Oh my god. Oh, that's so sick. I love that. Like, that's great for Sin too. If I'm like stuck and I know that I'm gonna get fake out of turn 1, I just U-turn, reset, U-turn even against like an Incineroar. So let's see how much damage do to Incineroar. Let's see how much damage close combat does as well. Is close combat just a one shot? Bro! Let's get intimidated though. Bro, that's so much damage. Say hello to my little friend. That's nice. That's a lot of damage. So, even the U-turn still chunks. Cool. So, that's a lot of the team's done, actually. Like, we have to do EVs and figure out the Yveltal, but, like, it's all coming together. These three are just almost done. I think with the Lecky, see, like, a lot of people would just be like, I did it, I'm done. That's so wasteful. I think that you probably should want to have your Lecky. Let's see, what do we want to outspeed? Like a timid ogre. So we're going to be using ShareAlike, right? So we could go with that set, but I don't think we need to. We're not going to use a magnet either. So like Kyogre can get to 252 plus 1 timid. We're going to try and outspeed plus 1 ogre, so 234. ShareAlike, oh, we have to use ShareAlike here, yeah. I think you have to. So we're like almost there. 229. And so like that outspeeds. I think I want to go 2 higher though. Maybe a couple higher than that. Let's see. Landorus would be a Scarfland. Would be this fast. 235. And so we don't need to be that fast. And there's no 92s. So speed creeping Scarflando is like really important. So 124. And then we go 252 there. And so again with the Lecky, since we have like 132 here, I'm actually like a big fan of just like splitting it. And so that is like 68, 64. I think that's fine. You want to put more points in. I always say putting 60 points in a stat is usually enough to throw opponent's calcs off at about 5%, about 3 to 5%. And I know we are sash, but our sash is not always going to be up. So I think something like this works just fine. Here's our sash. It's going to be weird using an Lecky that's not as strong as I'm using, but the fact that we're modest actually is totally fine. I do want to do a couple calcs with the Yveltal and Lecky though. So let's see how much damage like a modest Lecky does to Zacian with Electro Web. So Electro Web. Bam. So Electro Web does 41% to Ogre. That's cool. And doubles Zacian. As long as I'm doing a decent amount of Zacian, I'll be in a good spot. Because I want to see how much damage like a Foul Play does. Alright. So Electro Web 25 to 30. That's not nearly enough. 25 to 30%. If we can do 70% with Yveltal Foul Play, that'd be sick. I doubt it. So there we go. Dark Aura. Dark Aura, Foul Play. What the f... I guess we do. Oh, it's a plus. Oh, it's a neutral. That's too high. That's more like it. All right, actually, that is within range. Huh. Yeah, so, like, we actually just... That's sick. Just want to make sure Yveltal outspeeds Zacian then. So, Yveltal actually has to be able to outspeed Aleki at +2. But I want to make sure we outspeed things like Shadow Rider at +1 if possible. Actually, we wouldn't really need to outspeed Shadow Rider. I don't think that's important. But outspeeding Zacian is important at +1. So, like, a Jolly Zacian is 220. So, we want to be able to outspeed that at +1. And that's basically the calc that we need. And we can actually be timid. 195 is almost there. So, maybe about 100. 217, close. So, that's enough. So, 132. Is that the right number? 20. Yeah. Bob Zacian, that's right. Let's check it. Yeah, cool. So 149, just make sure it's not the same as the Lando. Lando's 150. So now that we know, also it's important to not have these be the exact same number so you know which one's faster. It's a Dark Gem? Is it Dark Gem? Fuck, I'm so bad. Actually, I didn't even know I had that set. Fuck. Does that ruin my calc? No, it doesn't, because Dark Gem, it might ruin the calc. Let's go 9. No, ruin the calc! Fuck. Alright, that does ruin the calc. Means we can't one-shot it. Thank you for letting me know. Right? Is this Zacian at +1? Because it's Zacian. Like, is this calcing it right? If the Zacian was a +2. Black glasses? Let's see. Black belt, same thing, right? It doesn't do enough. It doesn't auto-click? Alright, it's calcing right? Its ability isn't set. That's the thing, is like, but why would it say +1 more at neutral then? Why does it say +1 then? What is that? Intrepid Sword? It doesn't matter. Yeah, Dark Glasses doesn't do it. I mean, we could plan on high rolling, because like the Aleki, we go back to Aleki. Regieleki, Leki. The Electro up here. I think I actually forgot to put Transistor on earlier. 25. Yeah, so I did. 75. Which is 75. I just want to see what happens if we were to be able to magnet. How much would that actually add? You just get to 70. Did I have black belt? My bad, I'll check it. Anyways, if I had magnet, it'd do 70. But let's see. And let's go back to Yveltal. That's fine. That's enough. That's totally enough. Even that actually gives us a lot more room, but then we can't be Sash. I guess we'd Sash this thing. I think Sash on this guy's really good, actually. So no Sash here. We gotta go Magnet. What if I take the black glasses off? I just want to see what happens. How much do I lose? Only 2%? 10%. Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I play OU. Yeah, we need the black glasses. So another thing that's actually kind of speaking out to me here is, if I'm actually going to cut the black glasses and not be a policy, do I cut the Comfey? It's a good question. If I don't need the Comfey to policy proc my Yveltal, do I not need it? It's a good question. What else would be a great addition to this team? We don't have any redirection. We don't have any terrain control. So I don't really want an NDD But like Rillaboom, now Rillaboom clashes too hard with Lando. We don't really need that terrain control here. We already have one Fake Out user. It might be nice to add a second one. But I don't really need a... don't really need a Mind Shao. I think a Fake Out user would be kind of bad. What if we were to go back in here? It'd give me too many weaknesses, but like a Heatran could be super cool here. Feeny, I think Feeny is like adding another electric weakness, which I don't necessarily want. Pollen Puff can heal too. You're talking about like Amoonguss? Amoonguss is okay, but it's another ice weakness, which I really don't want to stack in this situation. Ice weaknesses are too strong. Cart. I already have 2 fighting weaknesses. Can't add that. Now Lego's a ground weakness. We already have 2 of those. Can't add that. I think there is an answer, though. There is an answer. There has to be one. Gastro? I think Gastro is too reactive. We would just get timed. We would just get outpositioned and timed. You don't really need Volk. Kingdra. Kingdra, there's no water setter, so Kingdra's not needed. We're thinking, though. We're thinking. We got time. Alcremie. Alcremie could be cool, but I don't think that's I think it's a step in the wrong direction. Rilla, you don't need Rilla. Clefairy, I don't think you need Clefairy either. Clefairy's cool. I just don't think that like we don't necessarily. I mean, Clefairy could also actually almost be good here. I feel like Clefairy is not as good as 4. I know what we had. I know what we had. This is so obvious, chat. Easy. We're looking for Sash users? Whew. Butterfree is one of those things that, like, you're like, that's it. You said you don't want to add electric and ice and rock weaknesses. What are you doing adding Butterfree? Butterfree doesn't add any weaknesses to your team because Butterfree is like a Shedinja. Think about it being weak to everything. Another Pokemon we could have actually added was Shedinja. Shedinja would be actually kind of good here. Shedinja might actually be better. Let me think about that. Shedinja might be a lot better. Shedinja would be like really good, I think. Let's see about that. Shedinja, right? Yeah, Shedinja's better than Butterfree. Butterfree gets Sleep Powder, but like, Butterfree's weak to everything. I agree. I think Shedinja's better though. Ditto is also a solid option here. Ditto is actually like super good. Sash Ditto is amazing in this format. Shedinja's better though. Because it forces people's team preview to do what we want, right? If we know that they're going to be bringing XYZ things to beat Shedinja, like, cool. Bring your Ghost and Dark types. I'll bring my Yveltal, my Urshifu, and we'll have a good time. It's like, oh, you're going to bring your Ogre? It's like, cool, I'll bring my Shedinja. We'll have a good time. Yeah, I think Shedinja's great. Let's see. Great versus Rilla. Tunnels them into bringing in Sin so we can bring our Landos and stuff like that. So I think this is great. We just need to make the right move set for it. I don't actually know if I want to be physical or special. So, I definitely won't Protect for sure. Protect for sure. Ally Switch for sure. I play Shedinja a lot differently than a lot of other people. A lot of people would put, like, you know, Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that. I tend to play Shedinja a little bit differently. Sometimes I'll go special with, like, Shadow Ball. I think also, like, having Shadow Sneak can be really good. Shadow Sneak can be super good on this thing. Final Gambit? Yeah, not doing that. I know I think Xerneas is really good coverage for things like Rillaboom. It's great versus, like, Ogres and stuff like that, too. No, Shedinja's great. Shedinja's a great Pokemon. I could just make the last 2 moves, like, Shadow Sneak and Xerneas if I wanted. But then, like, you get hit by Rocky Helmets every once in a while and you're super sad. Let's see. Shadow Sneak helps break Sash and can help, like, re-secure KOs on Sash broken Mons. So that's really important. We're not gonna put any EVs in HP. What do I want to put on this thing? Most people go Will-O-Wisp. I think that, like, Will-O-Wisp is really good, but I feel like they're not gonna let me get in anyways a lot of the time. Like, I feel like we're gonna need the Ghost attack. I'm gonna put Shadow Sneak and Xerneas. I feel like they're never gonna let me Will-O-Wisp anyways, right? And I think the Shadow Sneak is there just because it's there. The bad thing is I can't break things with, like, Rocky Helmet. Like, I cannot hit them. That's the problem. Safety Goggles, not gonna be Sash. Yeah, I think that's good. This time you can click the button. And I actually want to be adamant. There, just for you guys. There you go. You happy? There you go. Don't say I never give you anything. I like that. That's good. Yveltal has a Has a really high base HP stat, and this is going over the diminishing return line, so we actually don't need that much HP at all. We probably need about 204, maybe even less. Yeah, a lot less, about 156. Yep, cool. Let me just check. Yeah, 140 is the number I'm looking for. Cool. Now, we don't need Trick because we want to keep our Sash on these Shedinja. So actually, this is this thing. We're going to go Foul Play here. And we're going to go Oblivion Wing. And so the last little calc we need to run is how much damage Oblivion Wing does to, like, Incineroar and Rillaboom. Oblivion Wing's such a good move. Alright, Oblivion Wing. Oh, that's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. Holy moly. I can actually move my stats around to make it so we can be modest, probably, because a modest would just take it out, I'm imagining. Almost. Wow, so that doesn't even take it out. How many points do we need to one-shot a Rilla? Like a sweeper Rilla? So we need 60 points on modest. Alright, so that means Yveltal's speed needs to get to 149 without nature. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright, you can get there. That's a lot of speed investment. No, I'm running out of points, guys. I don't think that's even worth it. I'm fine just taking the 2-shot. What was our number? 1. Yeah, 36, right? 32. Cool. I'm fine with that. I don't think we need to be modest. I'm totally fine just putting the rest in bulk. We have Intimidators, so I actually wouldn't have a problem putting a lot in Spec Def. So let's just see how much damage like Regieleki does to us. Regieleki. Let's just see how much damage we take from like a Thunderbolt. I also want to calc Kyogre Spout. So that's how much damage we do. Right now we have 130, 140 here. So we have 140. You don't need AV Yveltal, guys. Alright, so we're almost out of range there. What if we were just go like 204 here? Cool, that gets us out of range of the Thunderbolt. I just want to see if they're Magnet. They can still high roll us with a Thunderbolt there. I think you just gotta deal with that. No, that's not even that moving modest. Yeah, we have a really low chance to do that. I'm fine with that, though. I'm missing 2 points here. Where am I missing 2? Is it 128? No, we need to be 132. So 149. Where am I missing these points? Oh, so right here. No, 20. It's 28, and then 4. There it is. There we go. Look at me. I know how EVs work. I know how EVs work. There we go. That works. That works. Works. And so we got moves. 4 black glasses. Cruise control for cool. Dude, I put Night Slash on this thing. Alright, we got the damage right now. So you can totally Tailwind me, but I will end your life. Let's see. It has to be Sash over there, right? That'll just KO. If you want to Trickery me, you can, but that's such a weird board to do that with. I hope it's not Sash. Incineroar? Okay. Intimidate, so I'm at neutral. Bro, he almost died! Is he... Oh, he's Meteor Beaming? That's fine. He almost died. That was a great That was a great switch in. That was great. He would have died. He would have been totally donezoed. Yeah, so that one's probably just going to be game right here. Will Rock Slide KO that? Who knows? If you fake out the land, you win. Yeah, Shinji EQ. We're trying our best. Fake out. Oh, wrong target, buddy. Where you looking? Where you looking? Still got the Urshifu in the back. Able to do big damage to that Groudon. So we lost our Yveltal turn 1. There's the drip one. Let's see how we want to actually do this. I actually think this is the right play. No, we have to switch out there, don't we? That's fine. I couldn't risk the Lando getting hit. Yep, and Shedinja outspeeds the Instinct because we're full. So we can Shadow Sneak that. I want to see Groudon. Yep, there's the Groudon. Cool. It's probably still the right play to ally switch here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I want to see if we can clock the Drifblim Sash, if it's sashed at all. So let's see. There's Protect. Yo, I have an Urshifu, bro. Where you looking, huh? Where you looking? All right. He's going to outspeed us, but yeah, we got it. It's a lot of damage. Heat Crash. Yo, you gotta have it, Chief. We came back. We came back in this game, guys. Shedinja busted. Comfey wouldn't have been doing that. Urshifu doesn't even care. This guy's like, why is he hitting so hard? Probably shouldn't have that. I actually could have procced a berry there. It's fine. We take those. Another one. You don't want Tapu Fiend in this team because it's not providing any support to my mons in the air, right? If anything, I'm just helping my opponents. Saying I can't will-wisp them or do anything to them. So, it's actually not that great. Cool. More Groudon, huh? Groudon's busted. I've been saying it the whole time. Let's see. So, they have potential for, like, fake outs. I think Incin is totally usable here. Double. Like, I think you gotta bring the Intimidate squad here. Incin's great. I like Insane Yveltal, so I can go Tailwind trades. Bring the Lando for sure. Lecky's such a... Or not Lecky, Urshifu's such a weird sell here. I think you bring the Urshifu, though. Oh, Lando's so nice, though. I'm bringing the Lando over the Urshifu, I think. I already bring Lando him out. Do I want Lecky? No. Urshifu. Let's do this! That's one Intimidate. So I can just go fake out Tailwind. If I even want my Tailwind up right now. I don't necessarily need a Tailwind right now. I'll get Tailwind up, that's fine. I don't have a problem with setting this up. Give me my wind! Cool beans. I can ignore that Groudon. Yep. That's fine. That's really thick, too. So he's at -2. He's about to be at -3, baby. He did get a helping hand, so we'll see what he goes for. Heat Crash. Rock Slide. Ooh. That's a lot of damage still. Alright, and I think this turn we just double into the Groudon. Ooh, actually, I could just go U-turn there and Oblivion Wing. If they want to Protect and Rock Slide, they're at like -8. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dunzo Manifesto over here. Resets our Fake Out. Does Cherim's Flower Gift boost itself and the Groudon? That's a good question. Last turn of Tailwind, there's a Blaziken. I can ignore that. Yeah, you're just gonna go here. I kind of want to Oblivion Wing my own Incineroar Limau. I kind of wanted to. Oh, I'm gonna eat that for breakfast, yo. Full heal, easy peasy. Close combat, yo. The one shot, yo. I see you out here. The truth is, you out here right now. All right, last turn of Sun for him. So we got a speed boost. We just come in. None of these guys have Protect. That's fine. It's the last turn of Sun. He has to play this like perfectly, I think. I think we just go EQ though. And try and Tailwind again. You can only Sleep Powder 1. So if you Sleep Powder the Yveltal, I'll get my EQ off, I win. You shouldn't be able to. Yeah, that's... Yup. Sash. Ooh, Sash. Sash Blaziken. Right play. Right play. Good player alert right now. SD, baby. Now he quick. We can just Sucker Punch that thing when we have to. Okay. EQ. Tailwind's not the right player because we already outspeed that Groudon with everything. Foul play would be better technically. Blaze Kick with the miss though! With the miss though. We take those. Blaze Kick's actually the right play on a Sash Blaziken set. Rook slide. Yo, Lando. Lando has its dodging shoes on right now. Yeah, we take those. We take those. This team works. I'm not going to bring the Shedinja, but Shedinja's great for Zacian. But they have too many things that can beat it, I think. But there's only... this is a weird matchup for Regieleki. I think Lando's great here, though. U-turn, turn 1. I think a double Intimidate board's actually like super good versus this. Into this in the back, and I'm probably going to be in the Urshifu here. Sucker Punch seems really, really underrated.
Yeah, that's right.
All good drills have knockoff? I don't know about that. Pass Life Orb Xerneas? That seems way too hard to set up. So yeah, this is a great board for me. I got more Intimidates than you did. I'm actually just going to like U-turn and Flare Blitz into the Rilla, because I just want it gone. You can fake out both of them, but like that doesn't really get us anywhere. What if Shedinja was Bug Steel? Yeah, that'd be broken. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. They can only fake out both of my mons. Cool, this is the more important one. Get the U-turn out of the board. I think Yveltal's great here. Ooh. Yeah, watch this. You guys want to see something cool? Want to see something cool? Want to see me do it again? Bro! Don't you dare sub. Don't sub. Don't sub! Click Earth Power! I'll show you a good time. Click Earth Power and I will show you infinite wisdom. Bro, Zacian? Yes, please. Shows he's faster mind sim by how he switched it too. Bro! That's so much damage! Oh, that's so much damage! Alright, close combat maybe into the slot. Holy crap, that was a lot of damage. You should just sub here, it's fine. Yep. Snarl. Okay. I just want to let this grassy train actually outspeed, so I can just U-turn in there and go for a Tailwind. Can I Tailwind here? It's gonna Behemoth this slot. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna pivot. I'm gonna wait out the grassy train and just come with my Lando and just start Earthquake and shit. Are we not banded? We are banded. How's it going? It's going pretty good. See Behemothing here? I think he'd be Behemoth, like hitting this slot, the Incin. He might hit the Lando, who knows? Yeah, that's great. Good play. Cool beans. Whoo! With the Flare Blitz too, we take those. Last turn of Grassy Trains, we're gonna Tailwind, and we're just gonna... I'll Flare Blitz your sub. Get your sub off the board. Set up for, like, next turn's plays. Yeah, you shouldn't KO me, we're thick. Sub down. Yo, the crit, though! We take those. Yeah, I don't see a situation in where, like, doubling into the Zacian doesn't give me a KO. You're out of Intimidators, right? Yeah, so just foul play into Zacian and Flare Blitz it. You can Flare Blitz the Yveltal. I don't think it really matters. Let me just bring out Lando. That's fine. Ooh, he Spard switches. Yo, Grass Train's back! Snap back to the Zacian. So he has Fake Out Control up. It's a good play. This is so greedy. I think it's gonna be right though. If I can stick the Intimidate at least on the Zacian, and then it'd be nice to get some health back on the Rilla. I would fake out, if I was him, I would fake out the Yveltal, and I would Sacred Sword / Close Combat the Incin slot. That's a good play too. That's a really good play. It's very, very passive. He saw that I was telling into it, so like that's a good play too. Smart. But I'll drink that Rilla. We drink those. U-turn, that's good. And he brings the Zacian right back in. I wonder how much damage Foul Play plus Earthquake does. It's probably a lot, actually, even in the terrain. It probably still KOs. You can only stop one of these. It's still gonna be a lot. Oh my gosh, the crit foul play though! The crit foul play! Yo, where are you looking? Look at this. Look at this. Flinch. Yo! Too strong for your own good. Yo, we take those.